Don't let it go, let it go.
Y'all, I'm gonna be y'all like resident YouTuber about Hampton University, okay? Trust me, those numbers do not make you. So then I get an email from Hampton. I did not know anything about Hampton. I got into every school but one, and that one school that I did not get into was good luck applying to be Hampton University, period. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yonna, whatever you want to call me. Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber, period. Today's video is going to be all about Hampton. Back to the Hampton vlogs, how I started YouTube. I'm going to get back to that. It's going to be about my Hampton application process. I'm now a second semester sophomore, so almost to my junior year, which is crazy. It's almost 2 years being at Hampton. I'm going to put this video in sections. I'm going to have time cards down below just in case you don't care about a certain section. So I'm going to talk about 1, how I found out about Hampton, 2, the Hampton application process, 3, Gpa and Test Scores, and then 4, scholarship, and then 5, admitted students day. Like I said, I'm almost a junior, second semester sophomore, so I may not remember some things, but I do remember most of it because it wasn't that long ago, but it may be a little fuzzy. But I'm still talk to y'all. Okay, I'm gonna still talk to y'all. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about is how I found out about Hampton. So I didn't really know a lot about HBCUs until I went on a HBCU tour. If you're in high school, I want to say like sophomore, junior year, definitely try to go to a HBCU tour. Usually they're offered through churches. I went through a church. It wasn't my church, but it was a church. So I definitely say go to a college tour, HBCUs especially. Like, it's so much fun. The campuses be lit that day, like it's everything. Oh, for the tour we did not go to Hampton. We went to other HBCUs, but we didn't go to Hampton. So I didn't know about Hampton at that time, but that's how I started applying to HBCUs. I applied to a few HBCUs that I went to on the tour, and I applied to some PWIs. I got into every single school that I applied to except for one. So basically I got into PWIs to where like me and my mom would go to college tours, and we would go to the admissions thing. They'd be like, would we be able to apply, would I have the chance to get in with my test scores, because my test scores was not that good. And even the admission counselors was like, you don't have a high chance of getting into the schools, but I still got into that school. So I got into every school but one, and that one school that I did not get into was Howard. And Howard was a school that if I got accepted to, I would want to go to that school. Howard was like my first, I want to say my first dream school. No, my first HBCU dream school. So I was like, oh my goodness. I remember the day I didn't get in, everybody at my school was getting their Howard acceptance letters, well, acceptance emails. I checked it, it said I got denied. I went into the bathroom and I cried and I cried. So boom, right? Howard was the only school I did not get into. And if I ended up getting into Howard, I would be going to Howard. So then I get an email from Hampton. I did not know anything about Hampton. So after I got denied from Howard, I want to say either a little bit before or after, I got an email from Hampton University. Now, I had no idea what Hampton University was. I knew it was HBCU, but I knew nothing about it because I didn't visit it. So I got an email basically saying, if you apply right now, you'll most likely get a scholarship and you'll probably be accepted. They didn't say it like that, but like, you know, like just kind of like, hey, like you should apply. So I applied, and that's basically how I found out about Hampton. They emailed me. What's funny is that I really think I was meant to go to Hampton, because how did I get into every school but Howard? And I had all the qualifications to go into Howard, but they're just like, nope, this is not the school for you. That's how I found out about Hampton. They emailed me. Yeah. So now I'm going to be talking about the application process. So because they emailed me, it wasn't necessarily an application I had to fill out, kind of. Like, I didn't get an essay. I don't think I sent in SAT scores or nothing like that, but I'm still going to talk about it, like what my score was and everything, just in case you want to send in your SAT score. But I did not have to send in an essay, anything. I think through the Comment app, I believe that's what it's called, they got all my information. It was like, you're qualified to go to this school. But I feel like if you have a Comment app, make sure that everything's up to date, your GPA is looking right, all that stuff, because I feel like colleges find out your information through there and then send you that email saying you'll get a scholarship, you'll probably get accepted, stuff like that. So because my application process was so easy, I guess you could say, I'm going to tell you guys my GPA and test scores of high school. It may not be super accurate, but it most likely looked at my GPA and test scores. I had like an okay chance of getting in even if I sent in my test scores. So for Hampton, I sent in my GPA, I believe, because that was on my Common App, but I don't think I had my SAT connected to my Common App, but I did have my ACT. So my GPA in high school was between a 3.4 and a 3.6. It was in between that. So I feel like if you're in that range, like, you're pretty good. I believe my weighted GPA was a 3.6 and my regular GPA was 3.4 because I did take AP classes. I took AP English classes for like 2 years. So I feel like that boosted up my GPA. So yes, that was my GPA. So if you're sending your GPA, you kind of have a reference of what mine was. Now, these test scores. My first SAT score was, I want to say it was between an 800 and a 930. I know it was definitely 3 digits. I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, my SAT score was super low. That's why I did not send in my SAT score. My SAT score was between an 800 and a 930 the first time. The second time it was a 1030. Yeah, it was 1030. So if you need that for reference, that was what it was. Your score is probably better than mine, but it's okay. I'm still here. Yeah. My ACT score, I believe, was a 26. The highest score you could get is a 36, I think. So I feel like mine was kind of like average-ish. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't horrible. Better than my SAT score, most likely. But yeah, that was my ACT score. So I feel like the reason why they reached out to me is because I was super well-rounded. Like, my GPA was, I want to say, average, above average. My SAT score was whatever they want to, I don't know. I don't know what the SAT score for Hampton was, but I don't think I was in that margin. But obviously, they saw something in me. But my outside life was where everything was. I feel like if you're a well-rounded student, Hampton really appreciates that. So I was on varsity gymnastics for 4 years, freshman through my senior year. I was in TV production clubs. I volunteer at the YMCA. I volunteer around my town, at my church. I was really into like my community. So I feel like Hampton really likes that. You put that stuff on your Common App. You put that in your essay. So I feel like they kind of like well-rounded students. So I feel like it's not all just GPA, test scores, ACT. Trust me, those numbers do not make you, okay? I'm telling you, do not stress over those numbers, because if I did it with a 1030 SAT score, ciao. And I'm getting all A's at Hampton, okay? Dean's List. So don't trip about those scores. Trust me, I was tripping. My anxiety was high. I was like, I did horrible in high school. I was getting like C's in every math class. I got 2 F's like my junior year from math. Like, it's okay, because look at me now, Dean's List. I'm on Dean's List. So those are my test scores and GPAs if you need it for reference, if you're sending in those scores. Yeah. So now for the scholarship. So Hampton, in the email when they were like, hey, you should apply, I believe they had something where it's like you could get a scholarship, high chance of getting a scholarship. So I applied, I got accepted, and yes, they sent me a scholarship. I got a merit scholarship. I forgot how much it was for. I want to say, I'm not even sure how much it is, but I'm not even gonna get to you. I don't even know how much it is, but it was a merit scholarship, and I got that with a 3.4, 3.6 GPA. So there's that. So that was my first scholarship that I got. I'm on 2 scholarships. So with the acceptance letter and the scholarship, there's something called Admitted Students Day. That is when every student that got acceptance letters into Hampton, they come to Hampton, they visit, they tour, they fill the campus, to the dorms, and that is in February. So during Admitted Students Day, Hampton had this thing where it was like, if you submit your deposit now, the first 600 people that submit their deposit will get a room and board scholarship, I believe for $6,000, I believe. So that's what we did. My mom submitted the deposit. I believe the deposit was $600, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but it was expensive, okay? deposit was basically saying that I'm going to be attending Hampton University in the fall. So my mom was like, you are not going to the school. I put this deposit down just to see if you'll get the scholarship, yada yada yada. You're not going, you're not going, you're not going. Guess who ended up going? Me. But she was basically saying like, you are not going to the school, yada yada yada. But I ended up going anyway. After time went on, they sent me a letter saying that I got the scholarship. I kind of feel like the whole 600 people thing was cap, because like they just want people to put their deposit in, but whatever. So I was one of the first 600 people that put their deposit in, and I kind of put it in kind of late in the day. It was like in the middle of the thing, so it wasn't like super early, but yeah, I was one of the first 600 people, and I got the $6,000 room and board scholarship. So that's how I got my second scholarship, which I kind of feel like it was kind of like playing the lottery low-key, because just like it has nothing to do with like your GPA, your test scores, none of that. It was just like if you're lucky, you're lucky, and I was lucky. So if you need some sort of scholarship, if you're kind of worried about like, I don't know, my GPA isn't too good, they may not give me a scholarship for merit, yada yada yada. They may, you really never know, honestly. I know with like COVID and stuff like that, admitted students, they may not be, you know, the thing, but I would say like kind of check your emails for little slick stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got my second scholarship. So that was my story on how I got accepted into Hampton University. So yes, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. If you stayed to this far, thank you. If you didn't skip, thank you, period. Comment down below that you did not skip. And if you have any questions about Hampton, comment down below. I'll reply. I'll make a video about it. That's what I'm here for. That's how I started on YouTube. I started on YouTube making videos about Hampton. So go back, watch those vlogs, watch my moving day. If you want to know what the dorms look like, I stayed in Twitchell Hall. I was a Twitchell trendsetter, yeah. Subscribe for more Hampton videos. Again, if you have any questions, leave it down below. Follow my Instagram. You can DM me there. I got so many DMs last semester or last year about like questions. So like if you DM me or comment down below, you're not the only person that's asking questions, so it's okay. I'm nice. Like, I'll answer any question you have. I'll be 100% real, okay? Because Hampton got some tea, so if you want the tea, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, and good luck applying to be Hampton University, period.
Don't let that slip now.